Kentucky, I think, is a place that is notable. Now, they played Bucknell, and Bucknell's not exactly a world beater, but in their first 2 games under Mark Pope, they've scored over 100 points. Defensively, I think you could say they've been okay. They got the huge game coming up against Duke that everybody's got circled right now. But, in the post-Cal era, they moved on for a reason. Things were getting icky. They were getting stale. I know Cal technically moved on, but let's be honest. I mean, it was one of those things where it was just time. It was time for everybody involved. 2 games, not exactly the greatest sample size, Goodman, but how do you feel about the Wildcats after what you saw today?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing you can say is they're playing so differently than Cal. So I think Kentucky fans, first of all, they've welcomed back one of their own, right? And they were done with Cal. For the most part, they were done. He wasn't out in the community anymore. He wasn't doing the things that he did early on, winning tournament games. I mean, being the main one, right? That was the main one. But Mark Pope comes in, and he's playing a pretty brand of offensive basketball. That's honestly the best way to say it. Rob took some shots at him earlier for his antiquated offense, Cal, and Mark Pope is playing like it's 2024. They're moving the ball. They're shooting threes. Kerr Kriisa had 12 assists today. Kerr Kriisa. I love Kerr, but I don't know if I ever saw the day that he would put up a dozen assists in a game. He's moving the ball. Kerr, it's like mature Kerr. Mature Kerr. I didn't think I'd ever put those 2 words together in a sentence, but that's kind of what he's become right now. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. But again, Tuesday is the big test. We'll be there, Rob and I. Randolph Childress will have a show at FANA in Atlanta, Champions Classic, when Mark Pope is – it's going to be weird, isn't it, Rob? We've been at the Champions Classic for I don't know how many years it's existed, but Cal's been the head coach of Kentucky every year, and every year seemingly I'll ask him a question in the postgame, and he'll answer, and he'll look the other way. I'll be on one side.
No, he won't answer.
He will. He'll answer.
No,
he looks the other way.
No, here's what happens. You'll ask the question, he'll look the other way, and then he'll just start talking about whatever you want to talk about. True. I will say this. Yeah. Right. Do you guys know?
He won't answer my question. He'll answer me, but it'll never be what I asked.
Never. But I will say this. You know how it's like when it's August and it's just like the dog days of summer and it's so humid outside and you got to walk somewhere. And you walk somewhere and you kind of get a little bit sweaty and you're just it's the uncomfortable sweaty. Maybe you got a suit on, right? Because you had to go to a business meeting. And then you finally get to where you're going and you walk inside and you open the door and you step in and you just get hit with this wall of AC, this wall of cold air.
Yes.
And you just feel refreshed and you just feel different. And it's okay, I can finally feel like a human again because my boys aren't sticking to the side of my leg anymore, right? That's what it's like right now for Kentucky fans watching Mark Pope run offense versus what John Calipari was running the last 5 years. It's got to be such a breath of fresh air for them. It's got to be so nice to be able to watch these guys running off of these screens, to be able to watch Amari Williams come out here. I had no idea that this dude was able to grab a defensive rebound and lead the fast break. I had no idea that they were going to be able to run lobs where Amari Williams is throwing alley-oops to Andrew Carr. It's just the offense that they're running is special. Kobe Bray is 10 for 12 from 3 on the season. It's a little bit of the same thing with your concern with Louisville, Goodman. I don't know if they have a star, and I want to kind of see what Jackson Robinson turns into, but I think that the pieces are there. There's enough guys that are good enough, Kenny, and there's some good big guys, man. This Kentucky team's a lot of fun to watch. I think that they're kind of like a top 20 team in America, top 15 team in America with a little bit of upside here.
Kobe Brea is so fun to watch. I mean, I want to see how long he's able to continue through the season and be shooting at this clip because, I mean, he's shooting 75% from 3 on the year. I mean, it's insane. 75% from 3 today. But something that really sticks out to me, and for both teams, really, the game was so fast. I mean, you're talking about 152 total shots in the game. Kentucky had 57 rebounds. That is like, you don't see those numbers. That is something that really sticks out to me. And obviously 100 points scored.
And you would have lasted about 6 possessions before you got
Maybe.
this. Looking at the
maybe 6 possessions.
Definitely would have been aired himself out after that.
Yeah.
Great win for Kentucky. The offense looks better. We'll see how it unfolds as they get deeper into the season and get into SEC play. But after 2 games and scoring 100 points in 40-minute games, you got to be pretty happy after the way things have been bogged down the last couple of years under John Calipari as the coach. UConn